Hey there, Holiday with you from the Snake. Got a brand new gaming laptop for you to check out. This is the brand new Asus Kaby Lake edition of the GL502. Let's check it out. All right, as this thing is going through Windows setup, run down a few of the specs for you. As I said, Kaby Lake means this has got one of the brand new Intel 7700 HQ processors in it. The model I've got actually comes with 16 gigs of RAM, and all important for us people that actually occasionally like the game, also comes with one of the new Pascal video cards from Nvidia, the 1060. I'll actually show you around on the inside as well and let you see what's actually inside the box a little bit. All right, first thing I want to take a look at is this screen. It's actually a really nice 1920 by 1080 res screen. As you can see from the hardware ID, this is an LG screen. One interesting thing about this, since this is a G-Sync model, is you don't have an Intel video card to deal with. It's just the GeForce 1060 card from Nvidia. If you actually look at some of the different settings, this is a G-Sync screen, but it's not the high refresh rate screen. This is just a 60 hertz screen. I say just, but it's actually really high quality. I don't know how much you can actually see with the camera. Again, completely G-Sync ready, gorgeous colors, clear, very nice screen, no complaints there. As far as your out-of-the-box experience, really not bad. This does come with some bloatware. This Asus gift box, all that kind of stuff I could definitely do without. Same with McAfee. But I mean, you know, it takes like 10 seconds to uninstall that, so not really a big deal. Here's my favorite part of setting up this new computer, the uninstallation of McAfee. It's like, come on, Asus, don't bury us with this stuff. I'll pick my own virus protection, so bite me. What about the I/O on this Asus GL502? Actually, quite a few options here. As you can see, you've got your Kensington lock port. You've got an SD card slot, which is nice for people like me that do a lot of video and editing and everything. A couple of USB slots and a headphone slot here on the right side. On the left side of the laptop, you can see you've got a right-angle power plug. Love having built-in Ethernet, way better than having to deal with dongles. You've got DisplayPort, HDMI, another USB port, and also a Thunderbolt as well. What about the chassis? Now, this is a color that Asus refers to as titanium gold. It's actually really nice. The one thing I noticed compared to the last black version of the 502 series from Asus, this one really doesn't fingerprint much. It's kind of a brushed metal feel, both inside and out. And I think this is actually one of those laptops that over time is actually going to keep its good looks pretty easily. All right, so what about the bottom of the laptop? Actually, really not difficult access to get in this thing. You've got screws there, and there. And after that, you're inside having access to your RAM and hard drives. And here you have the internals of the new Asus Kaby Lake GL502. Interesting layout. You've got an easy to get at mechanical drive right there, which is good because I'm going to switch out an SSD for that. You've also got your CPU, GPU obviously up there. Wireless card is hidden under the protector. Over here, your boot M.2 SSD, which in this case is 128 gig. The one thing to keep in mind, and for me this is probably not going to be a situation because I'm fine with 16 gigs, but there are two RAM slots on this. They are both filled with an 8 gig stick. Problem is that you've got one slot here and then you've got another that I imagine is on the other side of this motherboard. So if you want to upgrade the RAM beyond the 16 gigs that it comes with, you're going to have to do a complete disassembly to get at that other RAM stick. First impressions of the keyboard. Well, first of all, I like it. I haven't been on it that much just yet, but I haven't found myself making any mistakes on it. It's clicky. It's got plenty of travel. Keyboards are kind of a subjective thing, so it kind of depends on what you're looking for. For my uses, this is going to be great, but again, your mileage may vary. As far as the screen goes, as you can see, the colors are amazing. I like it. The one complaint that I have about it is if you actually look in the display settings, you'll notice even though this is a G-Sync screen, it is only a 60 hertz panel. I was seriously kind of hoping for at least a 75, and there are some models of this where you can get a really nice high-end 120 hertz screen, but that actually is the model that comes with the Nvidia 1070, and I got the 1060, so I kind of missed out on the high-end screen deal. But all that being said, I like it. I think the colors are good. I really can't see much in the way of pixels. I'm not sure exactly what the PPI is on this, but for me, screen's good. I do have one major gripe with this machine, and that is the sound. Now, I've actually gone through and optimized all the settings. I haven't updated the drivers yet, so maybe that's something I need to do, and if that changes, I'll obviously update this review. But the sound is really weak. I mean, I don't know how much you can tell through the microphone, but that's 100% extremely weak as far as the sound. I normally use headphones. That's why I have, ye trusty Sony's there. So not going to be probably a problem for me, but if sound is important to you, be aware that is definitely a weak part of the Asus GL502. A couple of the things to keep in mind about this laptop. First of all, like I said, I like the build quality, like the feel. I don't think the finish is going to fingerprint much, but if you're used to the MSI GS series that are actually made of metal, you're going to tell a difference in the build quality. Again, I kind of prefer the plasticky, fake metal a little bit more since it doesn't get quite as hot, especially if it's sitting directly on your lap and you're trying to game or you're doing some video work or something that's making this machine, do some heavy lifting. But you will definitely be able to tell a difference if you're used to some of the more high-end laptops. Something else to consider is I've noticed since this just has the Nvidia video card in it, I do notice that the fan runs a little bit more than I'm used to. It hasn't really, irritated me with any kind of whine or anything, but it's the kind of it's basically the kind of fan that you're going to notice if you don't have headphones on. I've also been able to tell just a little bit. I haven't been able to measure exactly, but it doesn't seem like battery life is necessarily going to be stellar. Again, you've just got the Nvidia card, so you don't have the Intel card to do the low power video stuff. But it looks like at full brightness, I'm probably going to be able to do maybe an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours from a full charge to when I'm going to completely lose the battery. So what to say about this new Asus? First of all, I love the fact that this thing has bleeding edge tech. I love having a brand new Kaby Lake gaming laptop. It's going to be interesting to see what difference is between the 7700 HQ and the 6700 HQ that I had in my other machine. Love having a Pascal Nvidia video card. The 1060s are amazing, especially considering the leap over the last generation. And I personally like the build quality on this. It doesn't look like it's going to fingerprint a lot. Again, sound is definitely a weakness, though. The sound just flat out sucks. But if you can get past that, and if you like the build quality, if you get a chance to get your hands on one of these at a Best Buy or something, I don't know if they've got these on display yet, but if you can find one on display, check it out. I like the keyboard. There's a lot of things I absolutely love about the laptop, and I haven't gamed on it yet, so I can't speak to performance as far as that goes, but I have to believe this is going to be stellar. If you would like to see me try out some games, again, I'm not as much of a gamer as I used to be, but just make a comment on the YouTube channel here, and I'll be glad to try stuff if I have it. All right, but overall, I love this laptop. Definitely worth a look if you're looking for a new Kaby Lake gaming laptop. It does have its dings as far as things I'd like to have be done better, but overall, all good.